Alright. Hello, hello, hello. This is the, now that I'm done being RoboCop. Kitty. Kitty, kitty. Okay. Thank you for saving the guitar. That was pretty nice of him. Now that I'm done being RoboCop, though, I figured I'd get around to doing a review. I picked this up on the marketplace, new used, so it's from 2023. On the back of the plate here it says the date. Y'all know the specs probably on it. It's the Dinky DKA, so it's the arch top, 34, JS 34, because it has 24 frets, I think. It's called the JS 34. Yeah. I don't understand the labeling, but this is the cheapest of the cheap. I think it's like $200. The only thing I did notice that was super cheap, besides the pots, is on the inside there is like the claw for the springs is brass or something, some kind of die cast something. It's not metal, or it's not steel. I'm going through the old Voice of the World speaker. Hold on here. I was prepared, you know. I did this prepared. Ugh. I don't want to go through the Voice of the World speaker. Crate's my Voice of the World. Let's go through Crate. Let the tubes warm up. Does work pretty well. It's almost better. It's a better whammy bar than my the one on my Floyd Rose Special. It stays in tune as much as it can with the stock tuning heads, anyways. Some Grovers might be nicer on this thing. Cheap, easy upgrade. Some Grovers. I'm sure it'd stay in tune. It reminds me of my Schecter, the Hellraiser shape. That dinky. It's got the Fat Man belly cut out. Very easy to play once I got the action down. And on these bridges, it's super easy to get your action down. Once the neck has got the slight bow, I brought all these down to just like pick size. But because I am using 1046 balanced tension by Diodario, I did have to raise and pull back the intonation on the low E, so I could get a drop D tuning. Because that's what I wanted this guitar for, was for standard and drop D. Because it's a Super Strat, I feel anyways that the gain of the pickups, the high output of the pickups. They're not exactly Jackson high output pickups. They're, I feel when you add them both. Let me get rid of the tube screamer. Add a little reverb or something, because when you get that real super strat sound. It does have a good whammy. See, so that's both of them on. I'll put that to the up position. They kind of sound like single coils. If you dial the tone off, see, they really have that single coil sound. Watch this. No, the neck I did have a problem with right when I first got it. It was a little more thicker than I'm used to on the Jackson necks. But once I put lemon oil on it, played with it for a couple days, let it set, strung it up, changed the strings from the factory strings. The dude that sold it to me gave me a set of Ernie balls, Slinky, standard gauge, but I still like the Adario. You know, I thought I was gonna have to re-glue the nut, because usually when you get cheap guitars like this, the nut is always, the glue comes off or something, or dries up, and you always have to re-glue these. He must have super glued it just slightly off. It's okay though. But it does have that single coil sound when you aren't using just the bottom pickup. But as a metal guy, you really don't. You can get up in the access heel. Let me turn the gain back on. Enough super stratting. You get it, it's a super strat. The frets need to be broken. I shined the frets and shaved them. I shined them and polished them. That's all I had to do. The fret work wasn't sharp for a cheap guitar, surprisingly. Stop playing my original. It is harder for me because it's not a Floyd Rose. I wonder if I can get a Floyd Rose to mount on these posts, because it is harder for me when I'm trying to rest my hand here. I usually put my pinky under the pickup on a King V. But if I do it with this one, I'm missing some palm mutes. Only on the high end though. I thought because the shark fin inlays were plastic too, that they were not gonna have the shine and craziness of the real Pearloid ones I have on my other one. But no, the Amarnath fingerboard reminds me of freaking ebony. I don't know what they're doing nowadays with the cheap guitars, but it's like they can't afford to make stinkers anymore, I guess, at all. That's about the closest you'll get to some Metallica. I could sit and play this for you all day. Needless to say though, it is a decent guitar for the price. It's actually pretty cool to get in the Jackson game. Just, people always forget when you get a new Jackson, watch the headstock. And some people like those little clip on the headstock tuners. These guys with those, they'll kind of like bend the paint a little bit because the paint's still fresh. When you put things there, it leaves a mark. Even on the back of the headstock, if I could show, it has a mark from where someone would get one of those headstock tuners for Jacksons when they got the pointy headstock. That's the sharp points, always be wary. I like it because then that makes you not break your guitar at all, because when you pick it up, you're aware of all the sharp spots. You're aware that your guitar is breakable. You know, like, hold on. Just as a comparison though, I'll bring out the Aria Pro, which is a Japanese-made Super Strat, and stand it next to it. Like, it's pretty much the same thing. This one's just got the cooler rosewood. I think this one back in the day was made with alder mixed with mahogany, and then a maple neck, which has become roasted over time. But this one, honestly, if you upgrade the claw, because this one's got the good claws, even though it's a cheap guitar, this is actually around the same weight, feel, everything. The frets won't last on this one, but they kind of will on this one because they are nickel. You can shape them. Yes, this guitar is actually a good deal for the price. And that's the JS32 DK or Dinky Arch top in white. See? Fairly simple. I guess I could probably show you the brass claw they put in here, but there's no real point. I mean, it's kind of dumb. I'm gonna swap it out anyways. But that's the Jackson Dinky. I'll quit playing with my Dinky now. Later, y'all.